To the audience listening, tell me if you can guess where we're at. I just want to say to my wife at home, this is the greatest night of my life. We love you, Rod. Yeah, and I love you too. And other than my kid being born. Hey, Adrian, I did it. Where are we? You should say
Toledo.
Yes. Philly, baby. We back in the building.
Spears and Steinberg. You know what the it is? Aries and Andy, Chew and the Jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut, cold. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Cry, we lit.
There's levels to this shit. Before you was on your mama.
Aries Spears don't give a fuck.
We talk about race a lot, racism. Much love to my loyal bag holders.
Rollers, loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
Listen, man. You know, let me throw some glaze on it on the East Coast, man. This is why I love East Coast, man. Coming off of Tacoma, which was cool, but we back, man. The energy, the attendance, the club, the intimacy. The key word here, it's like if this was Sesame Street.
Hey, boys and girls, today's word is energy.
The energy, man, is just fantastic. Philly cheesesteaks. Man, this is the
See, I love it because you're catching all this energy. You're in a great mood, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
But we're staying at the Sinesta Hotel.
And inside the hotel is a Ruth Chris. So there's that too.
And so Aries said, hey, why don't we go for lunch at Ruth Chris?
Like we did last year.
Yeah, and
Me, you, and a boy named Otto.
Otto. And we, I'm full, is what I'm trying to say. Like, that energy
Well, you just took a The energy didn't replenish itself.
It's feeling better, but I got I had the New York strip.
Yeah.
And it's great. And I ate the whole thing because it's great.
Speaking of eating the whole thing, we'll get to that in a second.
but it's slowing me down. I'm gonna catch up. I'll catch up.
Listen, man, I've seen a lot in my tenure. But one of the great things about life and this journey called, you when you discover new, when you learn new, you see things, you get to know things you never knew before. And when we go, and let me give y'all some real quick context. When I said a boy named Otto, Andy came up with that because we were both looking at Mark one day, and there's something not off, but it's just different.
It's like a European.
Like Mark wears like shorts, a shirt, but then they're not dress shoes, but they're shoes, and with these, with the booty socks, and most men that wear shoes are like old. You know what I mean? Or even if they're young, it's for a reason, a suit, an event. But casually, most men don't wear, middle-aged men. No, he's 30, right?
34.
Yeah, middle-aged men just don't wear shoes. And I said, the only thing missing from this nigga is a red balloon.
Yeah.
And Andy came up with, his name is Otto, like a little European man-child. So this boy, Otto. So that being said, I order the Bang Bang Shrimp at Ruth Chris. And it's about what? You had what, two?
Two.
He had two, and I had like
four. So they had
four. Eight. So 4, 5, 6, yeah. So, yeah. So I ordered shrimp, and I say, hey, man, everybody, help yourself. And at one point, Mark goes, hey, you gonna eat your tails? And I'm thinking like, oh, you're just joking. I'm like, what? He's like, are you serious? He goes, no, just joking. But then at one point, I look at my plate, and I got tails left, I look at Andy's plate. There's the tails left. And, there's sometimes when you eat the shrimp, you bite it, and there's that little bit of meat that's still in the tail. Some people eat that, some don't. I do from time to time.
Yeah, you can squeeze it.
But nonetheless, my plate got tails. Andy's plate got tails. I look over, and there are no tails on Mark's plate. And I'm going, where the f*** did this put the tails? And I'm like, Andy pulled a David Blaine on his plate. Where are the tails? Did he wrap them up in the napkin? He ain't classless, so he ain't like he threw them over his shoulder and on the floor. ate the tails. First of all, I didn't even know in all of my 50 years on Earth that was edible. Who the eats the tails?
Whales.
Okay, whales.
Whales.
Or I would go, maybe I could see that maybe culturally being Asian. Like somewhere in Thailand and the Philippines, they eat the tails. But I just always thought the tails are somewhat crunchy, hard, flaky. Who would eat that? This ate the tails, son. Otto, explain yourself.
It is fried or tempura, whatever the term is. It's glazed with whatever delicious
Bang
sauce
Bang
they
sauce.
have. The bang bang sauce. And why not? It's just a little bit of a tail. It just gets a little crunch. Eat the entire thing. I'm at Ruth's Chris's. I will eat everything.
You're an animal. You're an animal. Did you even know that was doable?
Well, sometimes you get a little, you might eat it and you get a little piece of the tail, and so
Right.
you eat it.
You blow that motherfucker out.
Blow it out. Or if it gets caught up in it, I've swallowed it before, but I never went out of my way to eat a piece of the tail.
Can I tell you something, too?
We're listening.
The entire time while I was eating those tails, I was clicking my shoes together.
There's Otto. I'm telling you, Otto's right here.
You know, my man, who we call D Curse, the scroll. He's got a car service. Incidentally, let me plug my man's business. He has a personal car service out here in Philly. And, I didn't know till I was late in the game that he had that. Because had I known that, then I would put money in the brother pocket and have him be my transportation to and from the airport. But Helium, the comedy club, they're contracted already with a company and they've been doing it since forever. So it is what it is. But I even told him, I said, you know what? I might tell Helium that going forward to let you be the guy. You see, I support my brothers. But this is the second time where I'm coming out and I go, yo, dog, I want to need to get my hair cut because, I'm Philly, baby. I wanted to clean up. So I want to get my hair cut. I need a new pair of Timbs. I want to get a couple of New York fitteds. And so he got me, I got you. When you get into town, let me know when you settled. I'll take you, boom, 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 get it done. He hooked me up. So big shout out to D Curse for that.
Do you have the name of his company?
I do. I'll make sure I do it before we leave. But as we were chopping it up, one of the things he said was, and I'm glad he said it because I like when people say it when they write into the pod. He goes, yo, man, I'm really digging Mark. It's like for what we have become prior to Mark, we good. But it's that little special, it's almost like before the dish goes out, Mark's the little garnish on the plate. And I think he compliments it.
Shit, I'm the Bam Bam sauce.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I like my man said in the A-team, I love when a plan comes together. I really like seeing this come together because his contributions, as small as they are, they're invaluable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that little thing he just said, I'm eating the shrimp and clicking my heels together. That's a funny visual because he got on the shoes.
You guys didn't laugh.
Huh?
You guys didn't laugh.
We don't laugh at a lot of
Maybe
stuff
look
you
like
say.
an idiot.
We don't laugh at a lot of stuff you
Hey,
say.
your father doesn't always tell you he's proud of you, but he loves you. So yeah, man. To big shout out to my man D Curse. Thank you for taking me to go get what I had to get, and it was good too because I was gonna get my hair cut before I came here. But listen, I'm so old to the point where I know who I am. I like what I like, and I move how I move. I don't like getting in my car and driving 20 minutes to L.A. to go sit in a barbershop. So the barber who cuts my hair in L.A., he coming to the house call. So I pay him $400 to come to the house. So I'm like, pay $400 or just wait a day and then get to Philly and have D Curse take you and pay $40.
So your hats are free.
Yeah. My hats are free. Yeah. So yeah, man. I went, yeah, man, save the don't pay an extra $360. You know what I mean?
Right.
Take you, get $40, you get jobs done.
It's an hour to get to your house, though,
From where?
from L.A.
No, it's not an hour. No, it's 40. It's 20 minutes, no traffic.
Yeah, but there's always traffic.
With the traffic, maybe 40.
Okay, 40 and then 40 back. So it's an hour and a half.
Well, I'm not worried about your journey back.
I'm just saying for the man.
Oh.
That's why it's expensive. He has to travel.
that he knows I can do it.
Yeah, okay.
So now on to something else before we get to the meat and potatoes, which is talking about this Tyson documentary. Now, the same way I complimented Mark, I'm about to caca all over this because he said something in the restaurant that damn near offended me. Mark Maron has been in the news because, he was talking shit about Matt Rife. Then I wanted to send you the clip where he was talking shit about Bill Maher. And now his latest I'm going to talk shit to is about Dave Chappelle and how he's upset with the fact that Dave has done all these transgender jokes. And listen, my conversation, and I don't want to get too deep into that part of it. I just said at the table, it pisses me off when comics break the oath. Don't ever forget you're a comic, man. And comics slamming comics over creativity is to me is just. And then Mark goes, well, that special, The Closer, where Dave did the transgender jokes. It was all right. What? And while we all know that comedy is subjective, okay, and technically, he has the right to that opinion. But as somebody who's an aspiring comic, and this is why I said to Mark, and I'm going to say it again, I'm going to have to get brutal with Otto. Because comments like that is what would keep you from being a great comic. How dare you? And in your youth, because you're in your 30s, which is why I don't think you appreciate the fine wine that is Dave Chappelle. You're supposed to put that in your mouth and swish it around and guess the year. That shit had, first of all, to be able to tackle one subject for an entire hour and a subject as heavily explosive as transgenders. And he did it brilliantly. From the story about Daphne, his transgender friend that committed suicide, to talking about J.K. Rowling's about gender is a fact. Every person that's on this earth had to come here through the legs of a woman. To the whole, well, we know what they got ain't quite, is it? It might look like, but it ain't quite. It's more like impossible. Know what I mean? That was brilliantly executed. Otto, explain yourself.
I never attacked Dave Chappelle, the man.
That's
I'm
funny.
Just saying.
That's funny, but don't do that.
I can't disagree with it. His artistic choices.
Tell me specifically what made it just all right.
Because he already did the special before.
He addressed it in the special before.
No, he made.
He talked a lot about it in the special before.
He didn't talk a lot about it.
To me, when it comes down to the punching down thing, it is like that is the. If you're gonna do it, make it good.
Okay, stop right there. If you're gonna do it, make it good. He quoted what his transgender friend Daphne said. He doesn't punch down. He punches lines.
Yeah, that's a good line, but I don't think that's true. I'm not. But I enjoyed it.
Did you think that special was punching down though?
Yeah, yes, I think it is punching
so
down.
How? Just I need to understand.
I got to rewatch it. But when you're just on trans people,
he wasn't shitting on any. There was no on trans people in that special.
When they're the butt of the joke,
there wasn't a butt.
And I'm not even going as far as saying that. I wasn't offended. I didn't find it offensive.
This is what Andy means.
I'm just saying it's easy.
This is what Andy means when he says sometimes when you speak, your youth shows. Because you just skipped the whole part about why he was saying in the special, what bothers him is how quickly the transgender movement has ascended the movement within the black community and our struggle. That was part of the point. When he mentions the thing about how come it was easier for Caitlyn Jenner to change his sex than it was for Muhammad Ali to change his name. You don't see the intellectual brilliance in that?
I see the lazy, let's just bring it back.
You're going to use the word lazy? You're going to use the word lazy?
A little bit.
Oh, my God.
I get it. Like, I still enjoyed it. It's just my least favorite Chappelle special.
Intellectually, it was above you.
I wouldn't allow it in the Ottoman Empire.
Intellectually, it was above you.
It
wasn't above.
It was above you. You're 30. You're 34.
Because you see it as you don't see the hypocrisy.
Because you thought it was amazing. I can't say that.
Did you listen? It was amazing. Did you listen to what he said? Did you recognize the hypocrisy? Did you understand the intellectual takes that he was giving? The examples, the storytelling.
Because if you did hear that, then it's not punching down.
No. we can go through it and we can like look at it and be like, that one, that's an easy.
What's easy about making jokes about transgenders? If it was easy, everybody would do it, but everybody can't do it successfully.
Well, what makes it
Some
easy
people
is
don't
when
even,
you already have a fan base that's
no.
co-sign
Some people don't even want to do it because they're too scared or they don't know how. So you can't use the word easy.
Is anything you talk about when you're Dave Chappelle, can he be scared to talk about anything?
Yeah, he could be. He
Like
could.
what? What can you talk about, though?
Absolutely. But he's not. He's fearless. The great ones are fearless.
I think you want to eat his tail. Jesus.
Now you're really failing.
I don't think it was. I wouldn't put it in that category of.
It's okay for you to. It's okay
intellectual.
for you to not like it. What's not okay is for you not to be able to articulate why you don't like it, other than just going.
I haven't seen it in
It was
years.
lazy. Okay. How many times do you have to see something to recognize the brilliance?
I think you should see it again.
No, I
think
can recognize all those qualities and factors. I'm just saying that as somebody with so much going on, I was like, oh, we're just gonna talk. I like hearing his takes on things. Oh, we're just gonna talk about the same thing.
Let me show you how hard it is. And I know Andy always gets on me about, hey man, don't on other people. But I have to make a point here. So I'm not really on him, but I got to make the point. Marlon Wayans' last special, his whole hour was about the transgender thing. Oh no, I'm sorry. Let me stop. Let me back up. His whole hour was about the Will Smith Chris Rock slap. He did a whole hour on one subject. Horrible. Now this is my this is my artistic opinion.
Yeah.
Horrible. I don't even think you have to have the skill to be able to do one topic for an hour. One topic? Do you know how incredibly hard that is?
I recognize all that. I'm just saying.
I honestly think that you need to rewatch it because, and this is the reason why we're talking about something it does have a date.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold up, make that point.
It does have a date on it, and I think that you were further removed from the hysterical hype of the transgender movement that it couldn't be questioned at the time. And
especially how it affected him because he went through the on the special before that.
Yeah, so I think if you look at it now, I think that the conversation has broadened a little bit. I think we're a little bit more open to having some conversation at least. And I think you would look at it differently. You wouldn't look at it so much as punching down. You would see that some of it was about how hypocritical we are towards other things, and we turn a blind eye towards other things. And I think Dave brought up a lot of valid points as he had it.
Absolutely.
But he used that through line of transgenderism to make some of these points. And I think that that's missed because I think people only heard the word transgender at that time. And I think we have grown as a society a little bit. I think the anti-transgender movement has opened up a little bit heart-wise to understanding that there are people that are in this, and this is how they feel, and they need to be respected. And I think that the transgender movement has also realized that people have different opinions, and maybe instead of yelling at them, letting them understand would be a better solution. And I think that's where we are now.
My question.
Yeah.
Two-parter. Do you put it up there as the funniest Dave Chappelle special? And do you put it up there as the most quote-unquote woke?
I wouldn't use the word woke at all.
I know, but in the original meaning of it.
In my opinion.
Intellectual.
In my opinion, is it his funniest? No. But it is intellectually powerful.
Is it the most intellectual?
I think so. And from that standpoint alone, and listen, it was kick-ass funny. Now, if you ask me what's his funniest, listen, equanimity and a close second, Killing Him Softly.
I think Killing Him Softly is still the funniest.
Okay. And listen, that is a very understandable switch. But powerfully to me, equanimity and Killing Him Softly. But the closer.
What about the bird revelation?
I don't want to get into the order of what's what. I'm just saying that the closer, for what that was in terms of, I've never seen anybody do an hour on one topic. I've never seen anybody tackle a topic that explosive. And on top of the intellectual aspect of it, it was still kick-ass funny. That separates the men from the boys.
But
and let me make this one last point. I love when Dave later said, when all the transgender backlash and everybody in the heat of the moment, he goes, I will talk with you, but you will not summon me. So in other words, go yourself. You're thinking you this powerful group, like you hold fear amongst people. No, if you want inclusion and you want equality, then you need to realize you can be made fun of like everybody else. You can't have it both ways. And don't think you hold power over me by summoning me. I will talk to you. We can, like Andy always says, we should be able to have the conversation. Where most people either don't want to have the conversation or are too scared to have the conversation. And without the conversation, how do you make change? So for him to go, I'm willing to talk to you, but you're not going to summon me like you're powerful. Put your on the table.
But I think what's getting lost in this is the fact that
What did you give it out of 10?
A 10.
That's a 10?
No, 9.5.
9.5?
Yes, sir.
we're fighting about a special that has already come out, and the person has already, hopefully, has worked on something new that is going to move the needle again. I said that in a very Barry Katz way.
But in the way, move the needle again. But in the thing that you said when we were at Ruth Chris, you said, well, where's Dave now? You know, with the Trump thing going on and all this.
Yeah, and I'm looking for, that's why I said move the needle again.
And I told you, it's brewing.
I hope it is.
That's what's great about him.
But
he doesn't need to come out and do 50 specials and just to go, I just want to show you how funny, like Jadakiss, I'm cooking the bird up slow for you. So when it's time to eat, mwah, the seasonings, the stew, the aroma, it's all ready.
Okay, but let's get back to why we're talking about this. Because Marin, he didn't just say, this wasn't, I think, just a total critique on Dave Chappelle. It was a critique on Netflix. And then he used the word fascism. They chose fascism. And this is what bothers me. Would you look up the definition of fascism?
Yeah, and that wasn't even so he wasn't even talking about the special, really.
He was talking about Netflix choosing Dave Chappelle
Over
and choosing fascism over.
Not to cancel him type thing.
Yeah, because
far right, ultra nationalistic political ideology characterized by dictator, whatever power.
It's the word dick. That should roll off your tongue.
Extreme. Well, it does roll off my tongue. Extreme nationalism, forcible suppression of opposition, militarism, and strong centralized government.
Okay, this is there's a thing in there where you said forcible opposition. Say that again.
Forcible or suppression of opposition.
Okay, so that's the one that into fascism to me that stands out, and I'm going to say the reason why. It's because to me everything in life is that our ability, what makes us human besides our thumbs, is our ability to have a conversation and use reason to work out an alternative other than a war, a battle, a killing, to come to some kind of decision about something. And the way Mark said that has fascist tones to it in the idea that there's suppression of conversation because there is no conversation because Netflix couldn't see another way. He couldn't see another way around it. And so you must, because Netflix did that, they are the fascist. And that is not correct. We have to have a conversation. I think today, and the reason it bothered me so much is because I do believe we have moved in a direction on both sides where there is more conversation, and I believe there is more empathy now, right now at this moment. Maybe not where it should be, but we don't run to make cultural changes. We usually walk pretty slowly to them. And
sometimes we march.
We have to march. So, and for him to say it like that, I really felt like he just threw it all out there, and like a differing opinion was to him is fascism, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the fact that we can't have a conversation, that we can't talk, and just because you have people that are transgender that work or support transgender ideology at Netflix, and they want to leave, but you have and Netflix does do a good job of providing a platform for the LGBTQI, whatever else we're going to add to this community. And they
what
do
year
it,
was this?
They do it. This was.
Look it up. You got the computer, nigga.
But if they're willing to do that, that is actually the opposite of it because you're willing to put out information for both sides. And this conversation, the conversation is what allows us to grow and become better.
But let's also be honest too. If the CEOs or the power players at Netflix go, who we gonna choose? Dave, a nigga that has the ability to bring us heavy subscriptions, a la money, or some upset employees? That's an easy choice.
Well, no, because if you say it the way that you just said it, they get canceled too.
What do you mean?
The way you just said how they chose Dave.
Nobody's canceling Netflix.
No. What I just said, though, is the way you said it. You said it a very specific way.
Yeah.
And I could actually imagine it being said in a boardroom that way. That's why I'm laughing at it.
But you understand my point.
Yeah. I do understand your point.
So I'm just saying, let's not act like this ain't about money either.
No, it's a business. But in that business decision, I also feel that Netflix goes, okay, this is a business decision. This is Dave's opinion. We respect Dave as an artist. And artists have different opinions, not always the
We
same as
respect him
every.
as an artist, but we respect more what he brings
Okay,
us.
but we're going to put that on the table. Also, we do hear our employees, and we do understand that we need an outlet for this the community that is feeling disrupted by this, and we also provide that platform. A platform that is open to the public, a public source like Netflix is to be able to provide both sides. And so when you say allowing a side that's different from your
Well, we
opinion,
know the transgenders provide both sides.
okay, but when you say that you that his Mark's opposition to this is that if you even allow the other side to have any conversation, that is fascism.
Well,
that's an issue.
I didn't understand the political meaning that Mark Maron was trying to put behind it, because it was like, well, I think at the end of the day, the CEO was just like, listen, yeah, I know a lot of people are like clamoring up, on the other side, but he's like, I'm not gonna just take it down because you guys are like that woke.
See, and the problem
It had nothing to do with politics. It's just a common sense decision.
the problem I have right now,
It's a financial one.
but the,
It's a
Maybe.
what do you mean maybe?
I think
You know how much they paid him? And they want to keep him happy so that he can continue to be there.
well, yeah, I think they wanted to keep that relationship. And,
Yes, that money.
But even if it didn't come, even if the money was close, they were losing money. I think they were doing it just
you have to
'cause
side
of-
with the artist.
Yeah, you gotta do the right thing.
My problem though with Mark, and this is why I like Mark. I like Mark.
You
I know,
hate Mark Maron.
No,
You've said it a million
I know,
times off the podcast.
No, I haven't. I like Mark. I met Mark a long time ago before I was ever a comic, and when Mark was no more than anyone else, he was just
2 more minutes
my
on this, I'm
Best,
just saying.
He was my best friend's brother-in-law. He was married to my best friend's sister, Jill, his first wife. I like that Mark. I don't know this Mark. This Mark has gone too far. I don't understand why he wants to portray that Bill Maher everybody has an issue except for Mark. Mark, he has his cats that he lives with, and he is not. I thought he was getting to a better place, and he is. I think he's even in a more angry place than he
You
was
really
before.
think living with cats just makes you a piece of shit human being, doesn't it?
I
No,
don't think it makes you a piece of shit. I think it makes you, let me say it in my Archie Bunker voice. It makes you a fig.
no. He living with. It's more behind that. He lives with feral cats. He brings feral cats into his home.
What are feral cats?
They're wild cats that really live outside. They don't need you. And he opens his doors up to. There's a because
Here's
you
the-
have to have an emotional connection to something that is emotionally unconnected,
You know the
which
name?
means that you're probably emotionally unconnected.
You know what the name of one of his feral cats is?
Yeah, I do know. Some Boomer is one of them.
Nope.
Boomer passed.
You know there's another one.
What?
Will.
Will what? Will who?
Let me say it again. Do you know what one of the name of his feral cats is?
Oh, Will.
But don't boom.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I'm sorry. I missed it. I missed.
D Curse. Yeah, so okay. So, Mark, yes, you should watch it again.
Watch it again. I don't know. I just don't understand why Mark's on this. I'm going to attack people.
What? Because I disagreed with your guys' fucking dick sucking.
I
of
think you
everything
should watch
Dave
it again to see if
does
it's
is right.
if it still feels the same way.
The fact that you just said what you said, because I don't agree with your sucking, that's a 34-year-old thing to say. Are you serious?
At what age do I stop saying sucking?
Just say it
maybe for you, never.
Say it when it's appropriate. Dude, I'm telling you, intellectually, this was above you.
What about? Oh, okay. What about
And why did you
what
say?
about his
I
like
never
20?
said. I've had conversations about Mark in front of you, but I never because of this specifically. I never said I hate him.
I was just trying to get spicy for the podcast.
Oh, okay. I just don't like. I'm feeling with our political climate right now and wars going on throughout the world. I'm like losing people that I like. I like comedians. I like comics. I like the interesting way their brain works, and I feel like I'm losing people because just the way the world
and
is
what you
working.
just said, as comics, we understand how our brains work. We understand this. So I can't subscribe to comics on other comics in terms of their creativity. And maybe I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite because, yeah, I guess I am. Because I'll sit there and say comedically what I don't. But no, I don't know. Openly. Let me use the word openly. Even though I do that too. Jesus
You
Christ.
do. I think you're
Can't believe Ari Spears just said, "Why all the hate, you guys?"
I do appreciate the fraternity of comedy. I mean,
I'm trying to get this right.
I know what you're
But,
trying to
you know what I'm
say,
saying? Like,
but
but
it does feel very hypocritical at points.
But I'm just going like, okay, so if I go, well, this guy doesn't necessarily make me laugh, but to attack him for his humor in terms of his creative choice, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I do, but I like when you just talked about who yeah. And there's a lot of the youthful generation appreciated his special. You didn't find it funny, and sometimes our age affects how we see they're funny. It does.
But my name Mike Marlin is 20.
No, but his fans are more youthful.
Oh damn! Yeah, you just shat on Marlon.
And no, he didn't on him really. He just said he's
Garbage.
no. He just
I didn't say that.
He just
Funny
said
though.
he just said how difficult it was to do an hour that is almost impossible.
How are you gonna do an hour on Chris Rock and Slapped when Chris Rock only did 10 minutes?
He didn't even do 10 minutes.
All right.
That's a good point.
Let's move.
So listen.
It was brought up on the podcast
Before we get into this Tyson doc, there's another doc that I think we're going to talk about next week while we're in Bridgeport, right?
Yeah,
I think because of The Last Dance, they started something where now
we have to have.
everybody has to have a 7 to 10 part series on their sport.
Everybody's writing the Bible of sports.
Yeah. Because we watched that Tom Brady thing that we talked about,
Yeah.
and there is a 7-part documentary about the Dallas Cowboys, dubbed America's Team, that I can't wait to watch because, my dude is Michael Irvin. When I had my little 2-3 month run on Best Damn Sports Show when he was there, and became really cool, good friends with him. And I know Mike was a wild boy during the Dallas's heyday of kicking ass. Of course, Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith, and later on, Deion Sanders. Was he on that team? No.
Yeah, he was on 1 year.
1 year, yeah. But didn't they win like 3 in a row? The Cowboys?
Yeah, at one point I think they did, didn't they?
Mark, can you look that up? But yeah, he was there for one of those. Anyway, I think that's going to be an explosive documentary.
2 in a row.
Yeah, 2 in a row. And this Tyson thing, it was 2 parts, right? Or was it one?
One. It's just one.
1 part.
1 hour.
Yeah.
And 26 minutes.
Yeah, so and I'm saying that to say, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's out right now. It's about, I don't know what it's called. Mark, when you find out about the Deion Sanders, shout
2
out.
in a row.
2 in a row.
94, 95.
So he was there for 2 in a row? Deion Sanders?
No.
Oh, the Cowboys won 2 in a row.
Oh, Cowboys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just the 95 season.
Okay, and Deion was there for 1. Now look up what the name of this Netflix special is about the Dallas Cowboys. But when Mark shouts it out, guys, you check it out. That way, if you check it out, then when we talk about it next week, will be no spoiler alerts. You'll already know
Well, hopefully you know because it's just history.
because it's just history.
Yeah, it's the
About
past.
the historical.
Yeah, it's the past.
Right.
It's those movies that they haven't
I was
seen.
trying to come up with like a really gay name
Of
For
what?
the special?
for the Dallas Cowboys thing, but I couldn't think of anything. America's Team, the Gambler and his Cowboys.
Yeah. America's Team, the Gambler and his Cowboys.
Who's the gambler?
Jerry Jones.
He's the gambler?
Yeah, who else would it be?
Why is he the gambler?
Good question.
Why he gambled? Everything he's done has been strategic. There's nothing that's been a gambling move.
because I can't think of who else the gambler would be.
Yeah, it has to
And
be
his
him.
Dallas Cowboys.
The only thing he's gambled on is some of his draft picks. That's his gamble. I guess.
that might be what they mean.
Maybe it is.
Yeah.
But his life has been strategic, man.
Right. So right off the top, what I really liked about this Tyson doc is and you know me, my two of my favorite athletes, Jordan and Tyson. So which is to say, I've seen everything there is to see on Tyson. But when something come out, I'm gonna see it. And what I liked about this was there were aspects of this, specifically about the rape beef, where up until I saw this, Mike never really addressed it. He kind of even avoided it. But the fact that he addresses it, and he addresses it with disdain, and I went, I don't blame you, as he should. Because imagine having 3 years of your life taken from you during the prime height
years
of your greatness. Money, and I mean money probably not the biggest factor because you're going to make money. But just the principle of I'm in my prime, I'm peaking, and to be somewhere as horrible as prison for something you didn't do. And I love the fact that when he looked into that camera, he said it. That. Yeah, man, you have a right to feel that way.
I was excited to do the Tyson thing, but I thought this was going to be the movie that was that's supposed to be coming out
With Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, and I can't wait till that comes out.
Yeah.
But when I turned it on, and in the first 30 seconds, it is the most aggressive 30 seconds of a documentary
That's
ever.
Tyson.
I know.
That's Tyson.
And then I was in.
Yeah.
From that moment.
Yeah.
And no, it's a really good doc. I like how he keeps asking the camera. He goes, "What else do you want me to say? What else do you need to know? Everything's
Right.
been said."
Right.
And then he goes through all that, and then there was more to say.
Right.
So that is what made it good.
Let me ask you something. If you could snap your finger and like magically experience a certain part of history or certain things in life, and as soon as the pain sets in, you could snap your finger and return back to normal. I would like to snap my finger and have to take a shot from Mike Tyson in the face just to see if it's as bad as it looks. But the moment I feel pain and I'm back to life.
I don't think you're going to have time to snap your fingers. I don't. I think you're going to have to wake
You
up.
be laying there with your finger in snap motion.
Like, you're just on the ground shaking with your hands like this.
Well, you know what? You're right, because a facial shot would knock you out. But how about a body shot?
Dude, I don't want. I think the body shot's going to hurt forever.
It ain't gonna knock you out though.
No.
You're gonna feel your liver shift and you're gonna fall to your knee.
And
But
all
when
your air leave your body.
right. And the minute you snap and come back, so you could go, yo, Aries, I took the rib shot. Yo, it's bad.
I'm going to say I really believe this is what I understand what you're saying, and I think yes, it would be interesting. But the thing is, when he hits you and he hits you in the body, I think before you even can snap your fingers, that next blow is coming to your head. I don't think.
No. It's all controlled.
It's all controlled.
He's gonna go, I'm gonna give you the rib shot.
Okay. I think you could still take a rib shot from Mike now and it's still going to hurt. So
Oh, absolutely.
I would do it now. I would take today's.
But if you took it today, then there's nothing to come back from.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the whole point of the snap.
Yeah.
You get out of the moment you feel it.
Dude, there's when you're watching this thing and you just watch him throw those punches in the ring, just this. It's so fast. You know, everybody says when you fight, man, if you're really a good fighter, everything
Right.
slows down.
Yeah.
That's still fast. Even if it slows down, it's still fast. Like the way his hands move.
I think, it slows down for him
No,
or for the opponent?
The opponent, they say, if you're a good fighter, everything slows down. But even at the speed his hands were moving, slow is still fast.
I don't buy that for 1 second.
I think if he's punching you,
if anything was slow enough, if it was slow enough for you to see, you'd get out of the way.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's even if it's slowed down, even if you're a great fighter, the way his hands move, it's so fast. You know what? I just don't think I appreciated him the way that I appreciated Ali because Ali was fast.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was watching those little when he does this, he's
Dude,
doing
when he's
this,
hitting the
and
bag,
he's
yeah.
Dude, there's some wiggle. The wiggle scared me.
Right. Like even if he didn't hit you, but you saw him coming at you with the side to side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they say. Really, like a lot of the fighters never got past that. They
Right.
were scared of him as he's coming at them.
Yeah.
And that neck is as big as
Man.
in his youth days. I mean, we've had some of this conversation before, and I don't need to get back to it, but damn, I really looked at it differently in this doc and watched it. When they're showing him, he's 13, 14 years old, 15 years old.
Yeah.
This dude could be like the guy that they said. I never knew the guy that was training him was
Cus D'Amato or Jim Rooney, Kevin Rooney.
No.
Teddy Atlas.
No. It wasn't his trainer. It was the guy that met him at the
Oh, and brought him to Cus.
and he was
Right.
actually a boxer himself.
Yeah.
And he was only 28 years old, and he
Right.
looked like he looked small to Mike. Like Mike at 13 was physically
I
as a
like
man.
when the guy goes, at first, Mike, I'd get in the ring with Mike, and I gave Mike a little punishment. But it wasn't long before he started punishing me.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Dude, at one point when they show Mike in the pigeon coop with his pigeons, the way he grabbed them pigeons, dude, just grabbed them like they was a teddy bear, a lifeless teddy bear.
Well,
He's grabbing live animals, and not. Of course, he knows what he's doing, so he's not hurting them.
yeah.
But listen,
And
this is how
he's been doing it since he's a kid.
this how nervous I am. And you saw it when we were in Sacramento, and the dog came up to me, and I fell out the chair. Anything that is alive that I don't have control over, I move, nigga. That's why when bees come near me, nigga, I move. Because you're alive. You have a life of your own. I don't know what you'll do to me. I could never grab a pigeon, nigga.
They show it a few times when he grabs them, but he's been doing it since he was a kid. He loves pigeons.
Ooh.
But the way he does it, and they do show it. It's just, you have to just snap them up like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to fly away. The coop is crazy, and I don't know that people still do the pigeon thing the way that they used to.
Right.
That was a real thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's a lot of people that still do that.
Right.
But Mike is one of them. Mike is a one of one.
Yeah.
Can you do a mic?
I mean, when I was young, I did
Go,
the young
yeah, do some.
Mike
say
Tyson with the
pigeons.
list. Mike, my birds. I'm trying to learn how to do the older now, Mike.
Yeah, because it's a lot different.
But Frank Caliendo would always do this thing where he would go, and it was really like a teachable moment where he would go certain impressions because they have kind of the same tones. One can bleed into the other easily, and like when you Jadakiss, nigga, all the niggas, now you hear that? Tyson, I was all my birds, I was all the birds. So whether it's here or whether it's here, I gotta find it, but the thing is there.
Yeah.
So you just gotta connect it. I watched this thing and I said to myself, once in a generation, you get a Muhammad Ali. And a certain amount of time has to go by before the next once in a generation is Mike Tyson. How come in a generation don't we have 5 Alis at once? 5 Tysons? Why does it seem like one comes along every 10 years or so?
Because it's not just about being the great fighter. Gus, what is it?
Cus D'Amato.
Cus D'Amato says the same. He said it's the way you knock him out. It's the way you fight. It has to have everything has to come together. You have to have the style. You have to have the ability. You have to have the right promotion behind you. You have to have everything has to fall into place.
But okay. But all I'm asking is, why doesn't all those things fall into place for 6 or 7 individuals at once? Why is it like once every so often we just get somebody who's so spectacularly great? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I also think like I think it's just it's timing, man. It's
But if
timing.
there was that many, one would win, or was like
There's a lot of comics. How come there's not so many? How many like
how
that
come
stand heads and toes?
Richard
above others?
Pryor? How come during Richard's reign there wasn't 5 or 6 Richard Pryors?
Because he was black. There's only allowed to be one black at the time. One black comic, one black actor, one black that. For Richard Pryor's time, I'm sure there was other black artists that could have. I don't know. But somebody had to break the rules. First, someone has to break the rule in comedy. I'm not talking about boxing. I don't know that much about boxing. But in comedy, someone had to break the rules. Pryor broke the rules. And once you break the rules, then other people go, oh, you can break that rule.
But let me backtrack you. When you go, somebody has to break the rules. In boxing, too. Because one of the things they said about Ali was his defense was his speed. Because technically, you're not supposed to keep your hands that low. It's not advised that as a fighter, you keep your hands at your waist.
Yeah.
Because you got to protect yourself. So the fundamental rule in boxing is you put your hands up here. Ali fought and moved with his hands at his waist, but his defense was his speed. You couldn't hit the guy. So he broke the rules. The special ones break rules.
The rules. Someone has to break the rules first for the others to open up the door for others to do it. Yeah, that I think that I guess that's the answer. If someone breaks the rules, then you get a lot of
Impersonators.
Impersonators?
No.
Yeah, it is impersonators.
Oh, you get a lot of impersonators.
Afterwards.
Okay.
But I there's another word that I was trying to use, but don't worry about it.
It's reminiscent to me of that line in Jada's song, Why? When he goes, how come it's better than Jordan up north that didn't get that break? So it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of Jay-Z's out there. Are there? There's a bunch of Muhammad Ali's out there. Are there? Or is just some dudes don't get the breaks?
I think, but it's not the breaks, man. Talent only takes you so far. Then there's work ethic. There is the timing.
A little bit of luck.
A little bit of luck. A lot of luck, actually. And I think but then you also have to be able to know how to work the system. There's a system that's in place, and you've got to be able to maneuver through that. It's just part of the game, man. You got to be able to play the game.
You know, I know I mentioned this before, and you talk about bad timing, and this is why it sucks that those 3 years were taken from Mike with the rape beef, because, you know, everybody knows, again, when Mike came out of prison, he wasn't the same fighter. He had a bad team around him. A lot of the things that made him great, working off the jab, punches and bunches, head movement, side to side, dipping, footwork. He abandoned all of that when he got out of prison, which pisses me off because I'm such a diehard Tyson fan when people go, Mike's one of the most overrated heavyweights of all time. He never beat any of the people that mattered. All the people he fought that were that were fellow champions, he beat him. Holyfield twice, Lennox Lewis. He never fought Bo. He never fought David Tua. He never fought George Foreman. And you know what? It's like I told Vlad when we had this conversation. This word technically, they're right. But come on, man. You know in your gut. You know the eye test. When you know the history of Mike, how he fought under the tutelage of Kevin Rooney, Teddy Atlas, when Cus was alive, Jimmy Jacobs. We'll never know, but the Mike Tyson before prison, who had the right people in his corner, I think he beats all those guys. I think he beats Holyfield. I think damn sure beats Lennox. I think he beats Bo. David Tua would have been a great fight because they were both explosively powerful, even though I give the edge speed-wise to Mike. George Foreman himself said, I want no part of Mike. But because of I can't stand when people put that on Mike, man. You were going to say what?
I don't even remember.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I forgot. I got into what you were saying. I'll try to pull it back here. Okay, I do remember it is. Why didn't King care?
I asked that question. You got what's essentially your cash cow.
Yeah.
And you don't care enough to go, yo, let me hire the best attorney possible. Instead, you get a tax attorney to defend him on a rape beef?
Okay, that's one. Doesn't put a really good team around him.
That's
ever.
two.
That seems just like almost seems like he's a stepchild to King, where he's just going to take what he gives him, not put any effort into him in every aspect.
And even as a promoter, if you have a stable of guys who make you money, none of them, that's your prize horse. You're not going to do what's necessary to protect your best horse?
It almost seems like you would be happy if you did everything wrong so that he loses like you're making more money off him losing than you would be him winning.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's the only thing I can think of, because you have this great fighter, and you know you could put together the most incredible team that would work for him and involve Mike. Hey, what do you need, Mike? Mike doesn't know what he. Mike at that time I don't think that he understood what he needed. Because
you don't think Don King understood?
I think King understood. I don't think Mike Tyson did. I don't think he just did what Cus told him to do.
Okay, so even if Mike doesn't, step in and do what Cus did.
That's what I'm saying. Why? I think there was something in there to make more off Tyson losing.
You know what? And now that you say that, knowing how shiesty King was, that might have been it. He might have had the fix. Otherwise, how do you explain that?
I don't understand at all. But I don't understand, though, getting him the worst attorney possible for that.
A tax attorney on a criminal case.
A rape case.
Criminal.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's specialties in criminal law, but it's a rape case. Listen, I'm just going to say it the way that it was put in the press. You're a beast. You're seen as a beast.
That's what the lawyer said. His lawyer said, look, everybody knows he's an animal, and, that's what you should expect.
And then you have...
What the...
And you have an 18-year-old girl, and you're not going to change the public... You have to change the public perception that, yes, he is a boxer. He is a beast in the ring. He does But when you see him with the pigeons, when you see him with the family in the Catskills...
Right.
There's no beast.
There's footage of him hugging the family and Cus's wife.
Why didn't they humanize him? See, this is the thing that
you know what Mike should have did. Remember that scene in The Untouchables, the ending scene when Al Capone's Robert De Niro's character Al Capone, he smacks the shit out of his own attorney because the attorney didn't do something that he felt he should have did to finagle that situation when he gets found guilty.
Yeah.
Come here. You said what? And he smacks the shit out of it. Mike should have smacked the shit out of his attorney. But then that would have been proving the attorney's point.
Right. I don't, for the life of me, I don't understand. Like, as I look back when I was young, as a young man, so how old am I at that time? I'm probably 20. No, I'm 20. I'm 20-something. Man, everybody that was my age was like, she went up to his room at what time? Not he's a beast. Not
right.
There were two young people, and she went up to his room at what time at night?
But that falls on that old thing that feminists get angry about. Well, what was she wearing? What difference does that make?
No. I understand, and she always has the right to say no at any time. I get all that.
Right.
But if you get called at 1 o'clock in the morning to come over a dude's place, and you're going to be there at 2 o'clock in the morning. Are you for Jenga?
To play Jenga?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's the game where the bullet.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Milk and cookies?
Right. But again, you got to be careful with that because somebody will say to you, what difference does that make?
But because,
what time it was?
Because it makes a difference. Because that's what we're doing
listen,
at that time.
I get where you're coming from.
You never had, growing up, you never had a booty call girl, like a girl that you just called at whatever time? Did you call her at Tuesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
I tell you what I didn't do.
Don't answer that.
I tell you what I didn't do. If she called me at 2 a.m, I didn't go, do you know what time it is? I answered that shit like J.J. Evans. Hello.
And you need to cut. You're going to be over at what time? Okay, doors open. We know what that is. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be like she.
That's old school thinking.
No, it's not. It's reality.
No, listen. I am agreeing with you, but I'm telling you that's a slippery slope.
I understand.
Because women go, dude, what point are you making? That shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter. And if she said no, then it should be no. Even if she came over at 2 o'clock in the morning, I understand that. But why was she coming over there at 2 o'clock in the morning?
We know.
Okay. The other thing, though, the other side of that conversation would say is it's Mike Tyson, and you're a young girl and you're impressionable and you want to do whatever Mike Tyson wants you to do. Well, she did it. I don't know what else to say.
Right.
It was done. But you know, I like how when we break it down, and Mike, and I like how he really said it. You know, it was late at night, and I didn't want to walk her down, and she.
And
felt,
then I love how they cut to his man going. Mike called me and goes, "I think I f***ed up. I had sex with this girl, but I didn't walk her down."
Yeah, he goes, "Did you walk her down?" He said, "No, I was tired." Do you really think that's enough to get? Do you think that's enough?
To get the beef, the
Do
rape
you
beef.
think that's enough to make the girl go, him?
When you're in that position, yes. Yes. And then we don't know. And you know what I wish would happen? I wish, this was what? How many years ago? 20 years ago? Whatever it was. Somebody, why hasn't she done an interview?
It's 40 years ago.
40 years
I was
ago.
like, I don't, not quite 40, but I'm
91.
So it's what? What's the math on that? 91?
30, 35.
33, 34 years.
Yeah, 30-something years. Why hasn't she spoken about this? Why hasn't anyone? It's been long enough to where she should be able to talk about this. And here's my question, and maybe this would be great if we had some legal help. If she did an interview today and went, you know what, I lied, could she go to jail?
I think he could sue her, but I don't know that there's nothing to get.
Is that statute of limitations?
You know, statute of limitations is I don't think on defamation there's a statute of limitations. There could be. But defamation of character, he could say that for his whole life he's been haunted by that allegation of being a rapist.
Right.
And then you know, but his history with women, Robin Givens, and but see, it was an ideal situation. When I was a young man, and Robin Givens was on
Head of the class.
Man, she was hot. Then Mike got with her, and it was like, hey, that's cool. We were all like, that's cool.
Right.
That looks awesome. Like, you know, famous people. I guess when you're not famous and you see someone famous, you think if you someone famous, that's really good. But if two people are, that means it's twice as much fame, twice as good. I don't know. I don't know why we think famous people is a good thing, but we do. As people looking in, reading Us magazine, two famous people seems right.
Right.
And you think that they have everything going on in their life well, but here's the thing that I realized doing comedy and being around more famous people is famous people usually come from a up background. So now you have two people that have a up background, and it's not going to work out because there's a lot of brokenness in entertainment. There's a lot of people that have we have issues, and we're putting a pile of issues together. That's what we're doing. We look at it from outside. You look at it, it's like, oh, two famous people. That's great. Look at them, and they're Hollywood, and they're hot. And now I look at it as like, no, that's just two piles of upness in one blanket.
It could be, but it also comes with two piles of money.
Two piles of money, and hopefully two people that have understanding about up issues. But not everybody does.
And you know, again, what's great about this is I remember some of these events as they happen, and Mike never spoke on it. But in here, he speaks on it. So when they show the famous clip of Barbara Walters interviewing him and Robin.
I love this.
And Robin is like, you know, Mike is, what's she call it, manic depressive?
He's obviously manic
depressive. He goes in his rage. He's abusive. And Mike is just sitting there with this dead look on his face. And Mike says in this documentary, I don't know why she was doing me like that, but I wanted to kick her in the head. Like, to finally go, nigga, what were you feeling? What were you thinking? Were you thinking like us? Were you feeling like us for you?
Yeah,
and he was.
Yeah, well, you saw his eyes. His eyes look very, very dark when she was saying that.
And this is why I so sympathize and have love for Mike and such hatred for the people that took advantage of him. Because again, you got to remember, at that time he's a kid.
Yeah.
And to be in that position and just be lost, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say. The people who you loved are dead, a la Cus, Jimmy Jacobs. You're this kid in a world of fame and fortune and people grabbing at you, and you're the heavyweight champion, and to just be lost.
And I never really paid attention to the Robin Givens thing, but I never knew the mom was such a...
Oh, she was a vulture. She was Mama Vulture and Robin was Baby Vulture.
What does she do now?
Robin Givens?
Does she do anything?
Probably got an OnlyFans.
I don't know that she does anything. I was really
Called Head in Class.
Head in class.
She sucked it during remedial lessons.
It's just it's f***ed up because when you're watching this, you do see someone, you know, when you're watching it, the reason I really paid attention to this time, she said everything except he hit me, because that would have ruined everything.
She said he was abusive.
He can be abusive, but he never had hit me.
You know
she
what?
said he swings.
But I do remember her saying one time he hit her, and she specifically said it knocked her across the room.
I thought she said she shook him. He shook her.
No. Now that you bring that back, I remember her specifically saying, and he hit me, and it knocked me across the room.
This thing just looks so rehearsed, though, when I was watching her doing.
Of course.
On only one-sided rehearsed. Sorry.
Her mama taught her. You know, what amazes me, and this goes to show you how deep this is with Mike. Every time he talks about Cus, it don't matter how long it's been, he gets so emotional. And you go, this is a guy. Now try to imagine, you're a kid living in Brownsville, one of the worst neighborhoods ever. And I remember on this one other special, I don't know if it was Rosie Perez that said it or him. He goes, nigga, you could be walking down the street as a woman, they throw you in one of them abandoned houses and rape you. It was just hell. And to know that you've come from all of that, to have some guy instill so much belief in you that he sets the course for you to be one of the most dominant, greatest heavyweights of all time, fame, fortune, things that people in the projects dream about but have no chance to achieve. That's powerful, man.
You know what? There is something, though, about... I don't know if I'm putting this the right way because I don't have experience in this, so I'm going to say it the best way I can. The camaraderie amongst the people in the projects to Tyson, that when his mom died and he goes back home and then he starts doing some robbery and some again. And they're like, Mike, you go back. You don't need none of this. This isn't what you need.
Go back to that white man.
You need to get out of here. This isn't for you anymore.
Right.
I like that there's a realization. You know, it's so many times they portray living in the projects is like there's no intelligence and it's just about robbing. And it's not just about robbing. It is about surviving.
And the fact that people like you would rather see you rise than have a downfall. And
tell you to get out of here. This ain't for you anymore. You have another road. We don't have that road. You have that road. Get the f*** out.
Right.
That tells you, it raises the stakes on humanity. And I love that a group of people that are out there robbing and doing like, nah, man, you don't need this. Now there is the other side that people do experience where you're trying to rise and people want to bring you down too. But it's great that you heard that the people that were around him were wanting him out.
You know, I know that you always find a way to put a positive spin on shit, no matter how dark it is, especially when we've talked about religion. So my question is this, and when Jay-Z had the quote that I like, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. I'm sitting there going, so how was Robin Givens for him? How was Don King for him? How was being sent to prison for 3 years on a fake rape beef for him?
He looks like a awesome dad. And I don't know if all this thing was necessary to get him to a place where you saw that he was never going to, his life, when they talked about the trauma that he went through, they were saying that he was more traumatized than anybody else they had seen in the beginning of this. They're talking about that. He wasn't in a place ever that he could be a father. And all these broken things, all these things that he had to overcome. When he's watching his daughter play tennis, and then all the other kids are saying, he wasn't necessarily a good dad when I was young, but he's gone out of his way now. and he's doing those things, and they all felt it. And there was this moment where I'm going to tear up when I say this right now, because he said, I wish we could all live in the same house, but we can't. So I call him all the time, that moment, because that's my objection to my life right now. I love my life right now. I love my life so much right now. I really do. And I love my wife. I love our little house. I love everything about it.
I love it too so much. I'm gonna move in.
Yeah, move in. No, I love it, man. And the only thing I have is that when I'm at home and all this, everything is the way that I want it, except for the one thing: my kids are in another city, and I always miss them. And then when I'm with them, I always miss
coming home.
Yeah, I always miss that I'm not home. That missing thing. And yes, I call my kids all the time, and everything's great. And we have a great relationship. And I probably, if I was there all the time, the relationship might be different. So I'm not questioning. I'm just trying to work the best I can. But I feel that. And when he said it, I felt like I was connected in that same way. I understand where he is right now. He's living the best life that he can live, and he's trying to be the best dad that he can be. And he never had that. The whole time that all this other stuff was happening, he never had it. So whatever has happened to him that has got him to the place that he's at now, this seems to be the happiest he's ever been. Right. So when you say life happens to you, I don't understand the punishment, the score to get you to the place that you're at. But he seems happy. But there's one other thing I have to say to you before, unless you have something else you want to comment to what I just said. Is when they say immortal, when he's talking about Cus talking about being an immortal.
I was immortal, and I could be great. He took me from being a kid that had nothing to I'm a immortal fucking God.
That idea where you saw that switch went off in him to this day that it makes him tear up.
Right.
And Cus didn't just talk about it. This is the thing about where someone. This is the thing about how Cus saw him. He didn't just say, "Hey, you could be immortal," and tell him some immortal people. He gave him books. He didn't
made him watch film.
He didn't see him as some guy who was a boxer that didn't have the ability to learn and be educated and to educate himself and take him to another level. He gave him books. Read this. And when they talk about Tyson going up to the basement or whatever, attic when Cus died, right? Is when they're talking about? And he just goes out and he's reading books. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see. No one would ever say to me, Tyson is a voracious reader. I wouldn't expect that, But he obviously, it was something that he did to calm himself or to develop. But here he is, this guy who's reading all about these immortal. And his goal, I don't know if it was his goal, but it was the intent was to be the best. And that is something that I think it's overlooked, because when you talk about to be the best, I'm the greatest ever, Muhammad Ali yelled. I never remember Tyson yelling, I'm the greatest ever. He won.
No, he would humbly make sure that he let you know Ali was the greatest.
But he is an immortal. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I find I like slowly dissecting throughout this documentary, hearing him speak. I got more out of this than I have out of watching all these other things. This isn't a young documentary. It's been around a while.
Yeah,
too.
and I didn't know about it till you brought it to my attention.
He seems like a good father.
How much of
Look at his daughter. He definitely raised a heavyweight.
That's funny. How much of a role do you think Ali really played in helping him get his license back? Because when they show that moment where Ali is sitting there and his current wife Lonnie is there reading on behalf of Mike, how much of a role you think that really played with the powers that be?
I don't know that that powers that be. I don't think they gave a shit about Ali.
You don't think that had an influence at all?
But here's what I'm going to say. I think it gave them permission because Ali's fame and his notoriety with the general public and the love that the general public has for him. If Ali can side with it, we can grant him this license, and we can get this off of our plate.
But without Ali there, do you think they still make that decision?
I don't know because I just think that these people, this boxing thing, I don't know about today's boxing. I'll go back to that boxing time. There's a lot of people that talk about how crooked boxing is and the whole
Right.
So I don't know that they give a shit about anything about that. I'm not saying about it right now. I'm talking about what was said back then and what you would hear and matches still being. They still talk about matches being manipulated.
Yeah.
So I don't think these people who run this are the most legit people, but I think the idea that Ali co-signed it took all the pressure off of them and they could give him the license back without it reflecting on them.
I only got like maybe 2 more notes. You know, that infamous moment during the press conference with Lennox Lewis and Tyson goes on the tirade, I'll f*** you till you love me, faggot. I'll f*** you in your ass. Come say it to my face, punk white boy.
It's a good thing you said it here because they won't say that in the documentary. They cut all that out.
No, they kept all of it except I'll f*** you till you love me, faggot.
Yeah, that one.
I always thought that would have been a great ringtone. Your phone rings and it's like, come say it in my face, punk white boy. I'll f*** you in front of everybody. I'll f*** you till you love me, faggot. Ho, hello.
Is that the same one where he's going to eat your children? Or is that
No,
a different
that's
one?
a totally different one. That was when he fought Lou Savarese overseas.
Dude, yeah, I got to tell you.
I'm from Sunny Liston. I'm from Nairclaw. I bury my heart. I eat your children. All praises due to Allah.
I think he's one of the best. Like, all that stuff was the beginning of what is going to become one of the best street poets ever. And I think he is one of the best. He has lines.
But you know
man.
what? When you go back to what you said, it's weird. Like, Mike could be philosophical. He wasn't dumb. Was he highly educated? No. But he would give you snippets of profound intellectual things, but he also could sit in the ring with Jim Gray and go, when Jim go, Mike, what happened in the fight? I broke my back. It's spinal. Word.
Listen, I think he is intelligent. I think that there's many different factors with Tyson. But the dude, you can't be well-read, you can't read and do the things that he's done, and then come up with these lines that he has.
Well, you talking about the lines, you're talking about the crazy
Not just the crazy just some of the things he says.
Yeah, one moment it could be, Socrates once said that a man who hath not thou mentally can only equivalently find his inner passion. And then he could also go, I'll f*** you in your ass in front of everybody.
There is definitely intersections in his head.
Yeah. And some head-on collisions. There's times when traffic is flowing beautifully, and there are other times, the one thing that really pissed me off, Buster Douglas. Again, these blemishes in Mike's career where people point to it and have their moment of ha ha. Listen, man, if Mike was on his A game, if Mike had a team that knew better than to take a latex glove and put ice in it and use it as an end swell instead of the actual boxing piece to help swelling. If Mike wasn't with Don King, he would have dusted Buster Douglas off. And again, technically, he won the fight. It was a 14 count.
I think that he also, when you go back to that, I don't think he worked out at all.
He didn't.
Not at all.
They said he was partying with Bobby Brown in Japan.
The whole time.
The whole time. And I mean, look, I get it. This was a moment where Buster Douglas' mother just died. He said he was doing it for her. And as sentimental as that story is, and as sweet as that is, that it all came together on that night. Come on, man. If Mike been on his A game, and this is what bothers me about Buster, you one-time champion. You don't count. When you have your first and only title defense, you win the championship from Mike, your first title defense, you get knocked out by Evander Holyfield, and you disappear into oblivion. There is no Buster's return. He won it again. Nigga, you beat Mike because Mike wasn't on his shit. And if you were a real champion, then you hold the belt for a while. You have some successful title defenses. The moment you won it, you lost it.
He got paid.
Then you got paid and you disappear. He ain't a real champion.
He still got the championship. He got the belt, man.
One time,
How many times do you have to have it to have
I
it?
would even respect it if you got it, you lost, but then you come back. You just faded in oblivion. You went right back to Columbus, Ohio.
Because there's no place to go once you lose after you beat Tyson. It's the greatest ever. Now
You're making my point.
Yeah.
Great champions.
I
Return.
Yeah, he wasn't a great champion.
That's what angers me.
Yeah, he was a champion.
You fluke, you phony. You beat the greatest, you beat one of the greatest, and then you got knocked out and you went back to Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, but you know what? How much did he win? 5 million? 10 million?
Well, he didn't get paid a lot to fight Mike, but he damn sure got paid a lot to fight Holyfield because he was champ.
Yeah. So how much do you need to live in Columbus, Ohio?
$8.
So he's fine. He's fine. He got the belt. It's hanging on his wall. Everything's fine in his life.
My last note, and this explains Tyson. This is why I love him. This has to be one of the greatest transformations of a human being, because again, we all went during the height of his. I want to eat your children. I'll kick him in the testicles. And there was another great moment where back when he was on his, where a lady asked him a question amongst a bunch of other reporters during a training session. And he turns to her with that Mike Tyson cold stare and goes, I don't usually talk to women unless I fornicate with them. So unless you want to, maybe you shouldn't talk. To go from that to watching your daughter play tennis, and he's the sweetest, most lovable dude ever, and he's not dead. He's not in jail. He's not a statistic. Brav but at the end of this doc, he looks in the camera, and this is how he ends it. He goes, I'm happy to place I'm I am in my life and all of that, but I ain't no. Don't ever think I'm a pussy, because I ain't no. And scene.
But I will say this, though. That's cool. But when it comes down to this, though, dude, when it really comes down to this, I got to give it to the woman that he's with.
Oh, Kiki. Shout out to Kiki.
Because when she looks,
I'm glad you brought that up. How dare I not even mention her?
When she says, when Mike got back, and he had a lot of relapses for that first year.
Right.
A lot of relapses that first year. She didn't count them. You know what? This is how I know she's a good woman. She didn't say he's had 16 relapses. You know why she didn't say 16?
Because it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He had relapses. She doesn't count them.
She's
just going to be there for him. And the way she talked about him, and she said, it could. And then when she said it could happen again, that's when I knew she's accepted him and her role in this relationship for what it is, and she's going to be there for him.
And I give you another moment when they're at the kitchen table, and they're talking about certain things, and he goes, "It's going to be a challenge," and she goes, "Let's challenge it."
Yeah.
Oh God. Now that is when that's the definition of every king needs a queen. She's a queen, dude.
But
something tells me that she is the anchor that keeps him grounded.
Yeah.
That if she left him, he'd relapse.
Oh, without a doubt, because it is, everything has balance, and she provides. She helped. I'm sure she helped. He is part of her balance, but she is definitely part of his balance. And we all need balance, man. And that's what she's there for me. And that to me is one of the differences in his life and how he's gotten to be who he is now.
I don't know if you ever saw that great moment, and this is why this is also why you fall in love with Mike Tyson, because there's a kid-like vulnerability to him. Did you ever see that thing on the internet where he was at a professional sports event and the kiss cam came on him and Kiki, and she kisses him, and he, like a little child, is so embarrassed in a good way that he just buries his head in his hand and starts laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. I just wish that moment they could have zoomed right as tight as they could on his face. And after he removes his hands from his face, he goes, "But I ain't no."
That's what we should have called this podcast.
But I ain't no.
Yeah, but
Right.
we'll just leave it at Tyson.
Did you see him with Hezbollah?
What is it?
Hezbollah?
What's Hezbollah?
He's like this this dude right here.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw that. Yeah, Mike said he thought he was a real kid.
And they're
That's a grown man. So there it is. Check it out, folks. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called Tyson. I think it came out in 2019.
Let me give you some dates. Finally feeling better from this steak, man.
You know what's funny about that?
What?
Now, I have to.
It hit me immediately. All right, so we're listening to this on 5th, 6th. Listen, we're going to be at the, you probably listened to this, we're at the Funny Bone in Kansas City, Missouri. That's where we are. KC.
I mean,
At the Funny Bone, September 12th through the 13th. Come check us out. Then we're going to be September 18th through the 20th. We're going to be at Hyenas Comedy Club. For the very first time, we're going to be at Hyenas in Albuquerque. Come check us out there. That, again, is I'm sorry, I'm messing this up, guys. Let me get back here. It's going to be September 18th to the 20th. My birthday is on the 21st, so
of September.
I'll be on a plane flying back home to go see my.
Remind me. Just the day before we leave to go wherever we're going to be.
Okay.
Because if you remind me, then I can get you something.
All right. I'll remind you in advance. I need a new car. No, I'm just kidding. September.
Hey, Reggie, mind getting me a new car when you get out? What kind of car you want, Jack? I'm a ragtop guy. Sky blue Cadillac. Go ahead.
I would love one. That sky blue I would
Cadillac?
like that sky blue Cadillac that he had in there. That would be nice.
And that's when cars were cars.
Yeah.
That metallic, you get into an accident, you'll live.
You'll bounce around in the car for a while, but you'll live. September, let's see, that was, okay, then September 25th to the 27th, we're in Bridgeport, Connecticut, back at our friends over at the Stress Factory. October 3rd through the 5th, we're going to be at the Funny Bone in Orlando, Florida. October 3rd through the 11th, the Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin. October 17th through the 19th, we're going to be at the Funny Bone in Tampa, Florida. And October 24th through the 26th, Dos Lagos in Corona, California. And then October 30th through November 2nd, we are going to be at Cap City Comedy Club in Austin, Texas. We'll probably be out there that week before. Come check. Yeah, we'll be running around the city. If you're out there, say hello. All right. That's the show.
There it is.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit spearsburgpod.com.